Alaska, known for its breathtaking landscapes and vast wilderness, is often depicted as an idyllic destination for adventure seekers and nature lovers. However, beneath its picturesque surface lies a disturbing reality. Alaska has the highest rape rate in the United States. As of 2024, this troubling statistic highlights a pervasive epidemic of sexual violence that has persisted for years, raising serious concerns about the safety and well-being of women in the state. In this video, we'll discuss the factors contributing to Alaska's high rape rate, the broader implications of this epidemic, and why women should reconsider moving to Alaska. Alaska's alarming rape statistics. According to the latest data, Alaska's rape rate stands at 148.7 rapes per 100,000 inhabitants. Although this represents a slight decrease from 161.6 in 2018, it remains the highest in the nation. The state's crime statistics reveal a grim picture. Sexual violence is an endemic issue, with women disproportionately affected. A staggering 59% of Alaskan women report experiencing intimate partner violence, sexual violence, or both. These numbers indicate a severe crisis that warrants immediate and sustained attention. Factors contributing to Alaska's high rape rate. Several factors contribute to Alaska's high incidence of rape, creating a complex web of social, economic, and cultural issues that exacerbate the problem. Geographical isolation and lack of law enforcement. Alaska's vast and sparsely populated terrain presents significant challenges for law enforcement. Many communities are remote and isolated, accessible only by plane or boat, which severely limits the availability and responsiveness of law enforcement services. In these areas, survivors of sexual assault face substantial barriers to reporting incidents and accessing support. The lack of immediate law enforcement presence can embolden perpetrators and leave victims feeling vulnerable and unprotected. Substance abuse. Alaska has high rates of substance abuse, particularly alcohol addiction, which is closely linked to incidents of sexual violence. Alcohol consumption can impair judgment and lower inhibitions, increasing the risk of sexual assault. Moreover, substance abuse is often a coping mechanism for individuals dealing with other stressors such as economic hardship and trauma, creating a vicious cycle that perpetuates violence. Cultural and historical factors. Indigenous communities in Alaska face disproportionately high rates of sexual violence, a legacy of historical trauma, colonization, and systemic racism. These communities often lack adequate access to resources, healthcare, and justice, which exacerbates the impact of sexual violence. The intersection of these factors creates a uniquely challenging environment for addressing and preventing rape in Alaska. Socio-economic disparities. Alaska's socio-economic disparities contribute to the prevalence of sexual violence. Economic instability and poverty can increase vulnerability to abuse and limit access to support services. In many cases, women in economically disadvantaged positions may feel trapped in abusive relationships or environments due to financial dependence and lack of viable alternatives. The broader implications of Alaska's rape epidemic. The high rate of rape in Alaska has far-reaching implications for the health, safety, and well-being of women in the state. The pervasive nature of sexual violence affects not only the direct victims but also the broader community, perpetuating a culture of fear and insecurity. Survivors of sexual violence often experience long-term physical and mental health issues. These can include chronic pain, sexually transmitted infections, depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. The trauma of sexual assault can have lasting effects on a woman's ability to lead a healthy and fulfilling life. Economic impact. Sexual violence has significant economic implications for both individuals and society. Survivors may face medical expenses, lost wages, and decreased productivity due to the physical and psychological effects of their trauma. Additionally, the broader community bears the cost of law enforcement, legal proceedings, and support services related to sexual violence. Social and community cohesion. High rates of sexual violence can erode trust and social cohesion within communities. When women do not feel safe in their own homes or neighborhoods, it undermines the fabric of community life and creates an environment of fear and suspicion. This lack of safety can deter individuals from participating in community activities and engaging with others, leading to social isolation and fragmentation. Why women should reconsider moving to Alaska. Given the high incidence of rape and the associated challenges, women should carefully consider the risks before deciding to move to Alaska. The following points highlight some of the reasons why relocation might not be advisable. Number 1. Safety concerns. The persistent and pervasive nature of sexual violence in Alaska poses a significant risk to women's safety. The high rate of rape and intimate partner violence suggests that women in Alaska are more likely to experience sexual violence than in other states. This heightened risk is a critical factor to consider for those prioritizing personal safety and well-being. Number 2. Limited access to support services. In many parts of Alaska, particularly in remote and rural areas, access to support services for survivors of sexual violence is limited. The lack of comprehensive support can make it difficult for survivors to recover and rebuild their lives after an assault. Number 3. Challenges in law enforcement and justice. The geographical isolation and limited law enforcement presence in many Alaskan communities can hinder the reporting, investigation, and prosecution of sexual assault cases. Survivors may face significant obstacles in seeking justice, including long response times, lack of local law enforcement resources, and cultural barriers within the justice system. Number 4. Economic vulnerabilities. The socio-economic challenges in Alaska, including high living costs and limited job opportunities in certain areas, can exacerbate the vulnerability of women to sexual violence. Economic instability can limit options for escaping abusive situations and accessing necessary support services. Number 5. Impact on quality of life. The combined effects of safety concerns, limited support services, and economic vulnerabilities can significantly impact the quality of life for women in Alaska. The constant threat of sexual violence and the challenges associated with it can create a stressful and insecure living environment. Conclusion. While Alaska offers unparalleled natural beauty and unique opportunities, it also presents serious risks for women due to its high rate of rape and pervasive sexual violence. The state's geographical isolation, substance abuse issues, historical and cultural factors, and socioeconomic disparities contribute to a complex and challenging environment for addressing and preventing sexual assault. Women considering moving to Alaska should weigh these risks carefully, taking into account the potential impact on their safety, health, and overall quality of life. By understanding the realities of Alaska's rape epidemic, individuals can make informed decisions about their personal and professional futures in the state. Thanks for watching.